How's it going, guys? I'm going to show you today how to get the Krylon camo paint off. I didn't like how this turned out here. Kinda bled through, so I'm going to wipe the stock off and do it again. So need an old rag or something and your piece of work, the stuff you're going to work on. And I like to use acetone, so that stuff works good, takes anything off basically. So what we're going to do is get a bunch on this rag and then start wiping the stock down. So there's a good splash of it on there. And I'll show you how easy it comes off. You're supposed to wear gloves with this stuff, but so there, just like that. See, almost all off already. Let's give it a good wipe. Takes the paint off. Then you can start fresh in that one spot. Fix it all up. And if you want to do the whole stock, do it the same way, just go over the whole stock. The acetone takes it right off. So that's how it's done. That's the way I do it. It just takes a little bit of time, but yep. Hey guys, we're gonna get 421 here. So this is the stock I just did in Woodland Camo. Then I washed all the paint off with acetone to start something new. And I decided I'm gonna do Digi Camo. So I sprayed the whole stock, which was black. I sprayed it to OD green as my base coat. And then, as you can see, this is the pattern I'm going off, but there's not much as far as black on it. There's like little spots. So I just sprayed little spots on the stock in black, as you can see. So I'm just gonna put some stuff like that on there, and that's gonna be my black layer. And then, as you can see on here, there's quite a bit of OD green, so I'm just gonna basically put a whole bunch of like the pieces on covering the OD green that's already on the stock now, and then I'm gonna spray it the tan. So I basically have to tape off about half the stock after the black has been covered, and then I'll just give it a quick coat of tan after, and that should complete the whole pattern. So we'll have a look at what that looks like right after this. That's what we're going for, something like that on my stock only. The barrel and action on this gun is all going to be the flat dark earth. So this is a 3-color pattern. Let's give it a go. So using the same technique as the Woodland Camo, just going to overlap the tape, but this time we're going to cut out little squares, and then basically just keep cutting off of them to make more patterns that kind of like Tetris pieces, so they all fit together. And then once the whole sheet's covered, you should have enough to cover almost everything you need to cover on your whole stock for the full job. So I'm going to try to do it all in this one layer here. So as you can see here, this one I can just cut down, if I can get my leg under here, finish it off, something like that, and then be done. So I'll show you when all the pieces are on and we're ready to go with flat dark earth. Okay, so here we have it. These are going to be my black spots. It's hard to tell with this dim light, but I sprayed little black patches on the green stock. It's just so I can get some black, and there's not much black in this pattern that I'm doing here, so just little spots like that, overlapped. Doesn't have to be perfectly square or whatever, just kind of do it up, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to spray paint the OD green a real light coat right now, just to cover up that black, like barely a coat, because I don't want to have like big paint ridges and stuff when I take the sticker or the stencils off, and we'll see how it turns out. So that's going to be my black pattern, and then the stock's going to be completely green after this. So I'm going to put more stencils on in random spots, like probably more bigger covering areas, just because I want a lot of this to be green, like more about half and half green and flat dark earth. So I'll hit it up with a coat of OD green right now, and then I'll start making more stencils, stick them on, one last coat, let it dry, and then we'll peel them off. Okay, here we go. So now we have the black spots that were taped off, and I sprayed it OD green, and now I masked off with stencils all the spots I'm going to want OD green. So basically just random spots. Most important part is make sure that all the edges are stuck down properly, because you don't want to get bleeding. But we're going to put the flat dark earth now on the stock and let it dry, and then we'll peel all the decals off and see how it turns out. This is looking pretty sweet, even like with this green on like that. Looks pretty cool. So there you have it. Now I'll spray it, and then we'll tape it, getting taken off, and see what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so here you can see I just did a super light coat. So that's my first super light coat of flat dark earth. I don't want to have any bleeding because I'm going from a dark color to a light, and then if it bleeds underneath, it'll make all the sharp edges look like crap, and then the whole Digi Camo thing won't really take effect. So real light coat, let that dry, and then do another real light coat. I'm going to try that a few times until I have full coverage, and hopefully there's no bleeding, and it'll have a super crisp, sharp look to it. That's what I'm going to do this time. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes since the last coat. I did 3 coats of the flat dark earth, and now I'm gonna film it, the unveiling, see what it looks like. So here we go. Okay guys, so here's the finished product. Looks pretty sweet. I wanted it more tan because the barrel and action were all tan, so that's what she looks like. Have a good day guys.